Making coffee. Okay. Coffee? Coffee. Surrender has been a key word of the last 2 years for me. Learning and truly understanding that I can't control every moment of every day, and all I control is how I react to those moments. It's something that's been impactful, of course, for my personal growth, but also for my business. Because these days, my days are often the same, but also very unpredictable. Will the toddler nap at his usual time? Will he wake up after 45 minutes or 2.5 hours? How will my energy levels be today? Now that I'm in the 3rd trimester with baby number 2, that's also hit and miss. So will I be able to accomplish everything on my list before bedtime, and what will get pushed to tomorrow? It's a guessing game every single day. Flexibility and adaptability are skills that I've honed lately, and these are honestly crucial to my productivity every single week. The night before filming this, I had big plans. I was going to bake bread and muffins and accomplish some life admin. I was going to crush through 2 to 3 videos on nap time and check off a lot of computer work before 8 a.m. And while some computer work did happen, a lot didn't. I did manage to vacuum our entire house with the toddler in tow, and I tuned into a training while having my breakfast, surrounded by blocks and cars and trains. And I rotated fresh meal prep into the freezer and pulled out a crisp to bake the next day. So we were having a casual, slow, gloomy kind of morning, hiding from the rain. And while I adjusted my standards for work that day based on my mood alone, I ended up getting even less done than expected. But honestly, that's okay. And I hope that by sharing these videos of the real behind the scenes of how I'm juggling mom life with my business, it helps at least one person see that they're not the only one who's in the weeds right now. The little guy down for his nap every day, then I usually jump right back into work at my desk. While in the moment on this day, I felt like I did not get very much done at all, and I was starting to beat myself up about that. In hindsight, while coming up with a list of what I did accomplish, it was quite a lot. I managed to update a few spots throughout my website in preparation for maternity leave, so the core offers are clear leading up to and after my return to work. I also updated my business tools page with the latest tech stack that I use and recommend all the time because people always ask me about this, so it's important for it to stay up to date. I also added my YouTube links to the homepage because there's so many videos for everyone to browse through here now, and I sent the early bird onboarding information for my mastermind clients. This was probably my most exciting task of the day. The next inner circle cohort start is in June of 2024, and a spot is already claimed, and I'm chatting with a few others who are very interested. So I was sending off all of the information of what that would look like for all of them. And to be fair, I did start filming this video. Even if I didn't accomplish 2 to 3 videos as planned, at least that is something worth celebrating. But then this happened. Where I left off yesterday, because yesterday was interrupted. Baby nap time did not go as planned, and we have been cooped up inside for the last few days because of the rain. So with all of that, I decided to just call it quits on the workday and head off to the grandparents so that the toddler could go swimming instead of just being cooped up inside our house. So that was a good decision. Today I'm playing a little bit of catch up on what was on my list from yesterday on top of the things that were on my list from today. But it was a good day for that to happen because I already had called in grandparent backup for helping with the little guy FYI, while I was running a virtual retreat with my mastermind. We scheduled this a little while ago, but it was essentially like 2, almost 3 hours on Zoom together where we were workshopping our year-end goals. I walked everyone through my entire process of reflecting on the past year and the questions that I asked myself and the data that I look at, and then planning ahead into the next year. And not only like the bigger picture goals, actually breaking those down into specific quarters, specific tasks, and then pulling that over into my project management tool, which now is Notion, and I'm loving the new setup. So that was the majority of this morning, and now I'm just wrapping up the things that were on my list from yesterday. So filming this video, and I wanted to film another one coming up about my migration from Thinkific to Thrivecart. So if I have time today, I'm going to start on that one, bringing you behind the scenes of like what Thrivecart Learn looks like, because I already use Thrivecart for my checkout, but I'm going to be using their Learn platform. So setting up a new product in there and planning the whole project of migrating all of the BizBar resources over to Thrivecart Learn. So stay tuned for that video if you are either into the tech tools, or if you're going to start selling digital products soon, or if you just want to see behind the scenes of how I'm doing these things. That should be coming out soon. Otherwise, today's list that is purely for today, it was just wrap up after our virtual retreat, sending off resources to the girls inside and getting the recording set up into our dashboard so that they can go back through all of the pieces again. Because there was just so much to go through in my workshop that I knew we would not get to it all in the hour that I had dedicated as part of the retreat to doing this. So I got them set up with all of the steps, and we got started together as a group, and then they have homework to go in and finish. And beyond that, we had a couple of the mastermind cohort also present to each other and teach each other things that they've been learning and that they're an expert in, which was really cool to see. Also on my list for the mastermind is going through links that have been sent to me recently to review. So I'm going to be going through someone's proposal today and reviewing that, putting together some resources in terms of hiring subcontractors and that kind of thing for another that had requested this, and basically just a lot of like post-retreat and client support kind of tasks before my day is done. I will bring you along for that as if this is finishing up yesterday's workday, and we will hope that today the toddler naps for longer than an hour, because that's quite a lot to get through in just an hour. Everything I've just explained about the last 2 workdays probably shows where the need for flexibility comes into play. Constant interruptions, changing plans, delays. That's why I've worked so hard lately on refining the back end of my business to allow for days off or weeks off on a regular basis, in case this kind of thing happens more, because it always does. And in doing so, I've also found ways to reclaim my time and freedom. Because that's why we're in business in the first place, right? For freedom, but not at the sacrifice of the integrity of the work that you do. Okay, so I think that I'm gonna wrap up here, but before I go, remember that if you are in the weeds lately too, if you are faced with constant interruptions, that you are not alone. There are so many of us that are in the same boat that are just trying to figure it out, juggling all of the things in life with our business. And I want you to know that you are on the right track, and it's all about working smarter, not harder, and giving yourself grace on the days that things just don't work out. I hope that you liked this real behind the scenes take at the last 24 hours for me, and